Alright guys, welcome back to another video. My name's Michael and I'm a father to a level 3 autistic child. I wanted to make this video today to talk about how it is going out in public with my autistic child. Before we get into all of that, I just want to say this video is not really me complaining. It's just more so me documenting my experience and putting it out there for other parents that may have children that are diagnosed with autism to kind of feel like they have somebody to relate to, because a lot of times I feel myself kind of getting lonely in this journey. Even though I have my wife with me, we just kind of, because of the diagnosis, feel a bit isolated when it comes to different activities that go on in the, I don't know how to even say it, I guess real world or whatever. First thing I wanted to kind of go over was just how we start out our day when it comes to deciding whether or not we're going to go somewhere, and then how we kind of plan using the resources we have. So because our son requires a lot of supervision, we have to make sure that we have everything in place when we're going out somewhere. It could be the doctor's office, it could be the grocery store, it could be just going to the park. We have to make sure everything's in place, and we kind of go over a lot of what if situations in our head. And it kind of makes every outing like a little mission. And I can imagine already with neurotypical children that it's already like its own little mission. But when you can't really communicate with your child in a typical way, it just makes for more preparation. So I say what we do is, whenever we go out, we have his backpack, and his backpack has all of his sensory items in it. So it'll have like fidget toys, it'll have his headphones, it has a sign on the back that states his name and that he has autism, because a lot of people try to come up and like interact with him, and he doesn't give them a typical response or the response that they're looking for, because he is nonverbal. And it just kind of helps to have that sign that identifies him, because he doesn't behave like a typical child behaves. So we make sure his backpack's stocked up. We kind of try to tell him, where we're going. We'll tell him we're gonna go to the doctor's today, or we're gonna go to the park and play, and he's receptive to some places over others. So like, if we tell him he's going to the park, he knows what the park is, he gets excited, he's ready, he'll get his shoes going, he'll go over to the door, and he knows he's gonna go play. But for other places like the grocery stores, he'll get excited like when we pull into the parking lot. And when it comes to grocery shopping specifically, I know for him it's a very stimulating time. So I'll give an example. Like when we go into Sam's Club, or I think it's Sam's Club or Costco, that has the big spinning ceiling fans. They're huge, and for him that is like I don't know, like he has a blast just watching the fans spin in circles. So he's like sensory overloading in Sam's Club and stimming, and he's having a great time in his own world. But on the outside, it like draws a lot of attention. Like he's very loud when he stims, and he's very vibrational. Like he jumps a lot whenever it's something that's overstimulating him or he really likes. So it draws a lot of attention, and we start getting the stares or people looking, which they don't really bother me too much. Like I already know, like, he gets excited in different ways, so people are gonna react in ways that aren't so typical. But yeah, we can't really do anything about that. A lot of times his headphones calm him down a bit when he's like that, we put on a song like Wheels on the Bus on repeat, and it's like, it calms him. Like, he'll sit there and listen to the song, and it's like night and day. The stimming goes away, and he's more observant. I noticed that he walks better as well. Like, a lot of people with autistic kids know that your child can be very clumsy and like falling all over the place a lot of times. They're kind of uncoordinated, but I've noticed with our son with headphones, when we put him on, he's like very coordinated. He walks in a straight line. It's like night and day. It could be very overwhelming just going out in public for like us as parents. A lot of times me and my wife kind of debate on whether or not we should take him to the store with us or if we should just order online, because for him, like we said, it's a very overstimulating thing to go into a store full of all these sounds, all these people, all these different foods and items and things that he can just run over and touch and grab. And a lot of times we deal with him grabbing things off the shelf when we're like in a checkout lane and we've already paid, and we find a candy or something in his hand, so we gotta go take it back. Or it's just little things like that become overwhelming after a certain point. Or elopement. I know it's a big thing for a lot of parents, and they don't even like to take their children to the stores because they're scared that they're gonna get away from them. I see some parents use like the leash thing, or like us, we have this wagon that we put our kids in and we take it everywhere with us because it's so convenient. We just started using it as like a cart as well. Like if we're shopping only for a few items, we'll just throw it in the cart with the kids and get to the checkout, because it's just much more simple to keep it in there with them and get out the store. It's just different avenues that we take. But like I said, it could be very, very draining. Today we went out and we went to Sam's Club. Regular ordeal. He's in there, and he sees what is it called? We order food off of the cafe menu in there, and he's also overstimulated by like lights and stuff like that. So like anything that does like flashy, repetitive movements, especially with lights, he like gets really excited about. So the whole time we're standing in line, he's just vibrating and stimming and loving it. So we kind of have to sit him down and take him to the further end. Like a lot of times us as autism parents, I notice we like hide ourselves, or like we try to stay as far away from the public as possible because of I think we're just scared of the judgment, or it's overwhelming for us to just be the center of attention, because when you're out with your children that are like stimming and falling all over the place, you become the center of attention. A lot of people think that we're just like bad at parenting or not doing a good job, and they have no idea. So I guess that's my video for today. I'll be back on here with another video next Friday. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you then.